Greetings! Now, a brief video discussing the world we live in, which took on a whole new aspect in the early 2000s. Indeed, the attacks of September 11, 2001 represented a decisive moment in modern history, catalyzing a profound transformation of global surveillance practices. Following the tragedy, governments worldwide, particularly the United States, implemented strict security measures, justifying increased surveillance as essential to combat terrorism and protect national interests. Shoshana Zuboff's seminal work, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, explains how this tragic event provided fertile ground for the proliferation of surveillance capitalism, a system where the commodification of personal data fuels unprecedented levels of surveillance by both public and private entities. This paradigm shift marked a departure from traditional surveillance methods as companies began exploiting vast troves of personal data for economic gain, blurring the lines between commerce, surveillance, and governance. At the heart of this surveillance apparatus lies the National Security Agency, NSA, tasked with monitoring electronic communications and gathering intelligence to protect national security interests. However, revelations brought to light by Edward Snowden in 2013 exposed the extent of the NSA's overreach, revealing a clandestine network of mass surveillance programs indiscriminately collecting data from millions worldwide. Snowden's courageous act of whistleblowing, which led him to seek exile in Russia, sparked a global examination of the erosion of privacy rights and state surveillance encroachment on civil liberties. Simultaneously, WikiLeaks emerged as a disruptive force in the fight against government secrecy and surveillance. Founded by Julian Assange, WikiLeaks became known for its fearless publication of classified documents, shedding light on secret operations, human rights violations, and diplomatic intrigues. From the release of the Collateral Murder video depicting a U.S. helicopter attack in Iraq to the disclosure of diplomatic cables exposing diplomatic secrets, WikiLeaks became a beacon of transparency in an era of opacity. The disclosures by Snowden and WikiLeaks underscored the profound power asymmetry between governments and their citizens, revealing the inherent risks of unchecked surveillance and secrecy. In this quest for truth, it became evident that individuals were unwittingly caught in a surveillance dragnet with their privacy sacrificed on the altar of national security and corporate profit. However, amidst the revelations and protests, a growing consciousness began to awaken, a realization that safeguarding privacy and individual autonomy must be vigorously defended against the encroachments of surveillance capitalism and state surveillance. Popular movements advocating for digital rights and privacy protections gained momentum, challenging the status quo and demanding greater transparency and accountability from governments and tech giants. As we navigate the complexities of an increasingly digitized world, the struggle for privacy and transparency continues. It is incumbent upon us to remain vigilant, hold power accountable, and protect our fundamental rights in the face of pervasive surveillance. Only through collective action and a steadfast commitment to truth and justice can we hope to reclaim our autonomy and forge a future where privacy is not a luxury, but a fundamental human right. Let us not be deceived by what Milton Friedman termed the shock doctrine, and what Naomi Klein, in her best-selling book, referred to as the same designation. The elite have known how to use it and continue to this day, logically, to manipulate minds, souls, and bodies to stay atop the pyramid. Yet, there is nothing credible in their whimsical projects to decarbonize the singular and global society. The United States is in decline, the BRICS are rising, and in this race for innovation, the West seems to be surpassed, unable to compete with these powers on many levels in the context of the Fourth Industrial Revolution as described by Klaus Schwab, where robots, artificial intelligence, and renewable energies are paramount. The future belongs to us, and it depends on what we make of it now.